Hey y'all, welcome to or back to Growth Rising. I'm Bird, and on this channel, we just talk about all things dealing with astrology. Lately, we have been going over the Jupiter placements, and so today we're going to be going over Jupiter and Scorpio. So you go to Google and type in free birth chart calculator, or if you already have a website in mind, AstroSeek, Astro Cafe, some of those. You can just go to them and when you look for your specific birth chart, you just need to know your birthday, which, I'm pretty sure most people know. Um, your time of birth and your place of birth. And then you'll be able to see your specific chart of when you were born, all of the planets and the angles and all of that good stuff. So once you look all of that up, and if you see that you have Jupiter in Scorpio, first and foremost, you could be a very passionate person. You could feel very deeply and intensely because that's something that Scorpio does is feel deeply and very intense. And Jupiter just comes to, expand. These people also may want to know things that are unknown, like the secrets to the universe and how to use those secrets for their benefit because they want to make sure that they're getting something out of it. These people can also turn their pain into wisdom. So if there's something where there's spilled milk, instead of just crying over it, I mean, they may cry, but they're not going to stay crying. They're going to be like, okay, I need to clean this up. And they're going to turn that into wisdom so that whenever somebody else spills some milk, they can kind of help them through the spilled milk situation. So, that can be pretty helpful if you know a Jupiter and Scorpio person, or if you are that person. These people do have a desire to succeed. They don't want to just sit back and let life go by. There are certain things when they set their mind to it, they can become very obsessive and just aim for whatever it is that is like the center of their mind at the moment. And nothing is going to stop them. So don't even try. They can be like some kind of investigator whenever it comes to it. You're not going to stop them once they have their mind made up. These people do need security to grow. So before they can even feel comfortable enough to grow, they need to know that they are safe and secure in the situation or in the place or whatever it is they're trying to grow in. Because Scorpio is going to keep their guards up and Jupiter is going to like make that even more intense. So they're not going to easily just let their guards down. You're going to have to make it a safe place for them if you want them to have some kind of growth with you, or if you are the Jupiter and Scorpio person, just make sure that you're safe. It doesn't mean that you have to always keep your guard up, 25/8. You can let it down once you feel safe and secure because, those times whenever the guard is let down and it's not safe, a Scorpio, any Scorpio placement is going to keep track of that. It's going to tally those marks up. These people can be very self-confident. They know who they are and they're going to stand on whatever it is they're going to stand on. They can have a very magnetic presence. So whenever they come into the room, it may be noticeable and, people may find themselves talking about these people, or it can be even the exact opposite. You don't want, like, whenever this person comes into the room, others can shy away from them or even want to be around them, just depending on which side of the extreme that they're on, because either you really like them or you really don't. It's kind of hard to get like an in between with Scorpio placements because it's like one or the other. But also do keep in mind that you have to take into consideration where the Scorpio ruler is. So if you are more of a traditional person, you will look more to Mars. And if you're more modern, you will look more to Pluto. It just depends. Or if you just go by both, you can look to Mars and Pluto. And if you see that they're in signs that they're comfortable in or that they like, Jupiter is able to do very well in Scorpio. But if they're in signs that are harder for them to maneuver, Jupiter is going to have a hard time. So, like if Mars is in Libra, that's going to make it even more challenging for Jupiter. Or if Mars is in Aries, it's going to make it extremely easier for Jupiter, because Scorpio is one of those um, signs that Jupiter is pretty neutral in. Is not necessarily excited to be in Scorpio, but it doesn't hate Scorpio either. People with this placement can get away with more than what you may think the normal human should. They know how to be charismatic when they need to be. Like when I was saying the secrets of the universe trying to have that work in their benefit. Yeah, stuff like that. They want stuff to work in their benefit. So they're going to pay attention to certain things so that they can, you know, get away with some stuff or know how to do whatever it is to do that they need to do without, everybody else knowing that they did it. These people could be manipulative or abuse their power just depending on, other placements in their chart. They could use their powers for good or they could use it for bad. It really depends, but they have some kind of power. One of them being healing power. They can heal, and I'm not saying that they're going to walk in front of you and just hold their hands up and be like, now you're healed. They may learn to how to reflect on themselves, and that can be very healing for them. That might be some of the ways they get their best healing and their best ideas, or something that definitely works for them. That's also one of the ways they can get some of their best blessings or luck even, is through self-reflection. um you know um just different stages of them finding themselves. I cannot think of the word right now, but when they're just opening their eyes to different things about themselves, because it's like you know, the old version of them is dying and the new version of them is, you know, coming out now. So that can be one way that they start to receive, good things from whichever source that they believe in. Some careers that this Jupiter and Scorpio placement might want to look into could be things dealing with psychology, definitely things with the mind, finance or business, or investigations, stuff like that. So if you are a Jupiter and Scorpio person, or if you know a Jupiter and Scorpio person, I want to know what you did and did not resonate with, and if you think I left anything out. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.